Timoteo TV, and we're going to go right into the 2:30 game of Week 8, Packers and Panthers, big brother versus little brother. Nate, let's hear what you got to say about that first.
Well, I mean, coaches of these teams know really well. It's going to be a battle for sure. I think they all, there's no stop. They bring out all their special plays, all those things, and it's going to be a wild one. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to, this may be their Urban Bowl based on the history so far. We'll have to see. And I know they're going to treat it like it, but I know it's going to be a good game.
Who you got winning that game?
I don't have liberty to say that right now.
Neutral?
I am neutral.
Okay.
Good answer. Moving right along to Chris.
Yeah, so this is going to be what we've been looking for 2 years. We've never played each other. We scrimmaged, but we never had our full teams present. This is it's going to be hard. Packers are 5th on offense. Panthers are 7th. Packers are 8th on defense. Panthers are 7th. So right now, the Panthers surprisingly actually have a pretty good defense. Their defense has been stepping up quite a bit. In terms of sacks, so the sack leader as a team, we have double the amount of sacks of anybody else. Last year, it was not even close. Freddie had 28 sacks at the end of the season. This year, Davon has 16. He's leading the league. Freddie has 11. But they're the only two in the league. They have double-digit sacks, which is interesting. In terms of interceptions, the all-time record is 11 by George last year. But this year, not only George, but Nate from the Ravens and Dion from the Cowboys have 9. So we could actually potentially have a couple people get that record this year. So it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a battle. There's a lot I want to say, but I think there's a lot of people that are hungry on our side to win this game. I think the Packers they're a shell of what they used to be, so I'm not as scared. A lot of their plays look very familiar to me, and I hope they come up with something to do and make this a little more challenging for us. It's going to be Panthers 27, Packers 25.
Wow.
Yeah. I disagree. I think the Packers are going to win this one.
No, that doesn't surprise me, Leo. Come on.
What's wrong
You've
with
been
you?
disagreeing with the Panthers all year.
It's because you guys are not consistent. I don't think you guys have won a game back-to-back, and I don't think you guys have beat a team that's over 500.
Nope.
The Packers are on a 3-game winning streak. They have the hot hand right now. I need to ride that wagon. Like, you got to go with the hot hand, and I think the Packers are going to win this one 38-20. Panthers are not consistent, and if you take Davon off their defense sucks. All right? I flat out said it.
Let me remind you, our backup killer came in and destroyed your quarterback in our
Terminated.
Did you see the score when we play, y'all? Go ahead, buddy. Continue.
Well, I would say Leo should be able to speak about defenses that suck after last week's
good point,
appearance.
man.
That's
Good
all I
point.
have to say.
There's a reason why Leo is 30-12. It's because he goes against the Panthers every week.
Right.
So there's something to it. All right, now I'm not going to be so nice. All right, I'll start off a little nice. All right, the Panthers, I'll give them a little bit of respect. They bounced back after a collapse against the 49ers and played good ball. All right, but they haven't beat anybody good yet. They haven't had the opportunity to play in a close game and be successful. All right, the quarterback is a work in progress at best. If the defense does not carry that team, he will choke under pressure. He cannot handle it. All right, so if this is a close game, they don't hand the shot. He's going to throw an interception at the end to lose it. All right, as you can see, they've taken a little bit of trust away from the quarterback as they continue to try to run all these run plays so the quarterback cannot make any mistakes throwing the ball. All right, now the Panthers, again, like I said, I give them one thing, their coaches are tryhards over there. They try very hard to do so, but they overcomplicate things and confuse their players. All right? So all that, the only thing that they're good at is complaining about calls and making all this noise on the sideline. That is the best thing that they're good at this year. All right, now one thing, let me straighten some up. There's a reason why we got rid of Chris and how he said we've been a former shell of ourselves. We went undefeated last year without Chris. All right, we simplified things, all right? So, Chris, if you think it's so easy to stop the plays, we're going to see what your defense has this week, all right? But I don't think they have a shot. My quarterback has been on fire. If I can get my defense to play smart, it's not the effort, to play smart, we will blow these guys out respectfully. All right, we will blow them out respectfully. Because I do have respect for the players on that team. I like a lot of guys on that team.
You mean class? Is that what you're saying? Class?
No, we're going to blow you guys. We're going to score as many points as we can. Not with class. I'm just saying after the game, I'll be very respectful. You know what I mean? But I don't think the Panthers have a shot. to beat us in this game. I would go all in. Packers blow out the Panthers, and it's not exposing them for frauds. They're frauds already. They haven't beat anybody good. They haven't done anything good this year to acknowledge any kind of prestige for their team. I mean, they're a bottom feeder. They are what their records say they are.
Let me interrupt Buddy and have him make his prediction.
Listen, you're supposed to keep moving on. This is my time to talk over here. The Packers will win this game 40-18, and that's it.
And here's what makes me the saddest thing.
Here's what
makes me sad. No, here's what makes me sad.
What makes you sad, Chris?
Is I deeply love the Packers, right? And the thing is when we win this week, I'm still going to be sad because we still haven't beat anybody good.
Right.
Hey, let me
we
tell you.
still have not beat anybody good, and we still have not been tested going into this playoffs.
Let this Panther coach talk.
And it saddens me to say that.
I will tell you, buddy. I will tell you, buddy, Leo, Chris, Nate, just like I tell our players, leave it on the field.
Listen, before we say leave it on the field, listen. The only good thing that came from last week is the fact that I don't have to have Laura calling me, that's Chris's wife, and after we would have eliminated the Panthers from the playoffs this week. All right, so they won, and then they're most likely that they're in. So, I won't feel too bad of blowing it and rubbing it in their face this week.
Moving on to the 4 o'clock game. We have the 49ers and Vikings. Now, this does have also some playoff seeding process, because if the Vikings win and they tie with the 49ers for the division title. So, Chris, take it away.
Yeah, this is two teams going two different directions, right? You have the 49ers who are now on the top of the power rankings offensively and defensively. Felix, who else can be MVP in this league? I mean, he's going to have more touchdowns than anybody else has ever had in a single season after this week. The Vikings, they're the quiet team. They're only getting quieter. They're folding. They lost to the Packers. I mean, that's unbelievable. To me, I think the 49ers and Felix, he has the kind of mind. He's threading the needle. He's doing stuff with his team that I don't know if anybody else could as a quarterback in this league. So I think this week, it looks like Crash is going to be gone. He's going to be set down because of a little tobacco they had last week, and I don't think he needs him. He can take anybody from that squad, and he's going to make it work. I think you're going to see magic this week from the 49ers. I need to give me some 49er gear because I'm a 49er fan, except if we play him. It's 49ers, 49, Vikings, 24.
Wow. Yo, this man is in love with Felix.
I am in love with Felix. Felix, I love you, brother. You are good. Felix love up in here. That's right.
Felix is playing phenomenal. He's having a heck of a season, but this is my upset of the week. I got the Vikings winning this one. 51-40 in a high-scoring game.
Wow.
And it's whichever defense really comes to step up to play will win this one. I think the Vikings defense will step up at the end and pull this one off. Like I said it before, I said at the beginning of the year, I don't think the 49ers defense are for real.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Felix. I mean, Felix is he's phenomenal.
With Felix?
I mean, I have to agree with you guys and Felix. He's playing phenomenal. You know what I mean? And the Vikings, I mean, they gave us a big fight. No, I'm good. I'm not thirsty or anything. I don't need anything to drink. I'm awake.
You say my pina colada from
But the Vikings, I don't know if they have what it takes to battle in a close game against the 49ers. The Vikings had the lead in our game with I believe like a minute left, and the coach, I mean, heck, he folded under pressure. They threw 2 incomplete passes, and the quarterback ran out of bounds and gave us an opportunity to have plenty of time to score. So I blame that on Hector, but the Vikings show fight. I mean, and they have a little lucky little bounces that they get every week that they score these touchdowns on. They scored 2 touchdowns off of tips against us. I don't know if they're scripted plays or what, but it works. You know what I mean? But luck, as much luck as you have, you're not going to beat the 49ers this week. They're too good. I mean, number 1 in defense surprises me, but hey, the numbers, they are what the numbers say. Yeah, I mean, so I got the 49ers winning this game 38-22, and I think maybe, that's because the Vikings might score one at the end when it doesn't matter.
Well, the 49ers was a surprise team for me this year, but I'm going to let Nate talk about what he saw this week.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with these guys. I mean, you can't go wrong with Felix. I think if it comes down and it's a close game at the end, I don't see who else in this league you wouldn't want to have the ball in their hands at that point in the game.
Right.
I mean, I would say, I don't know if I've seen anyone since maybe Bryant to be able to just take a team on his shoulders and just go.
Wow.
I mean, that's a high compliment. That's a real high compliment.
It is.
Yeah, even though Bryant old now and he can't, he isn't even playing in the old head league. I heard. I don't know what's he all
That's
broken
like 5
down.
years.
Bad back, something like that.
Oh,
I don't know.
You know,
But-
he's got a problem with refereeing. I think that's what the problem
Yeah,
is.
yeah. His eyes are going or something. Yeah. but I think they're great. I mean, Vikings, they always seem to surprise us at random times. We think they're down and out. All of a sudden they come back. That could happen again. I don't know.
Nope.
Any given
But,
Saturday.
but I think the key for the Vikings, if they want a shot, is they got to get up on them early. I reffed the game with the 49ers and Eagles, and that's what happened. I mean, Felix made a crazy comeback in the second half. I mean, he took control of that game, but they had dug such a deep hole, they couldn't overcome it.
Wow.
And so I think that's the case. The Vikings need to jump out early on this team because it come down the line, Felix scary.
Wow.
Yep.
So now let's go to that last 4 o'clock game. We have the Lions and the Cardinals, which is interesting because the Lions, as Chris broke it down, could actually make it into the Great 8.
There would be a lot needs to happen for that to happen. But I think normally this would be the most insignificant game of the week. Lions 2-5, Cardinals 1-6, 2 teams. But I call this the Pride Bowl. There's a lot at stake right here. I think the Lions are on a win streak of 2 games. They're a great Timoteo story. So much so I was at church this week, looked in the bulletin, and they had these as an example. The Lions overcoming and beating the Cowboys. The little guy beating the big guy. There's a faith story there. You know, it's a beautiful story of faith, right? Lions, right? I love it. The Cards, I'm going to tell you something. I've been saying this for years. You're going to continually have all these talents. You're going to continue. You're the best 1-6 team there's ever been in Timoteo history. But you're never going to be a legitimate grade 8 team until you fix your defense. And by fixing your defense, you need to have a rusher. We call it the killer. You need to have somebody who's devoted to going in at 5, not just sending in blitzes once in a while, but having a guy that's consistent at 5 seconds. You bring that position in, you learn to play that right, you become a legitimate team, you become a grade 8, and you knock out other teams after this. But until you get that and you let people just run around as long as they want, Ravens do the same thing, you'll never be in the grade 8. You'll continually be a bottom feeder team, and nothing will be different. This week, I had the Cardinals winning this one 26-25.
Well, there's no way I could go against the Lions after what happened last week. You know, they're hot. Like I said, again, if you got a streak and I'm riding the bandwagon.
Cardinals, double
2-game
overtime
win
to the
streak.
Eagles.
Lions going to win this one 32-24. The team with the hot hand. I got to go with
Cardinals, they hot.
And they might make it to the
They
playoffs.
got pride, man.
If the Lions can find a way to shoot up in the power rankings, they can make the playoffs and grab this AC.
Be a
Let's
miracle.
hope they make it. It'll be the story of the year. Grab the AC.
You want a rematch?
That's what I'm saying. The tank theory. The tank theory. That's what I'm saying.
Just proud of them.
Tank.
Just proud of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I attend that church. Like, I'm
Tank.
proud of those kids.
Tank. Exactly. It's another connection.
Let me.
Unbelievable.
I want to clear some things up about the Lions here. I mean, some people are saying that the Cowboys are, that was the biggest, sellout in Timoteo history since Nate Martin going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's
That's what. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm reffing his game.
Are you? That's what they said. That's what they said.
Just saying.
I heard it from Chris and Eric.
I wasn't
heard
hearing
it from
that.
Chris
Just
and
letting
Eric.
you know. I'm reffing your game. That's all.
So I
let
don't
you
know who said that.
Who said that?
Yeah, but listen. The Lions are a team that are gelling at the right time. They're gelling at the right time. That wasn't a fluke that they beat the Cowboys. That wasn't a fluke. That wasn't a sellout. That was the Lions coming together as a team. Listen,
That was such a big tank that he goes to their church.
Listen, I don't care what you guys
gotta be
say.
kidding me.
Listen, Luis Lugo has been stepping up. Will Perez, the quarterback, looked like he could be a top 6 quarterback in the league after that performance last week. He was dissecting them. The coaches have come together and the players have gelled. I mean, look at Big George the bully over there. I mean, he's definitely a bully.
MVP this week.
But he is playing out of his mind. I mean, he's catching everything thrown to him. I mean, the new additions of Noon, Mar, and Dada are just, and then you have Carlos return for life. They're finally gelled. They finally became a team, and I think there's no stopping them. The only thing that's stopping them, I guess, the power rankers for not making the playoffs, because they will win this game. Now, it's not going to be easy. The Cardinals did not fold against the Eagles last week. The Cardinals came out to play, but I believe that's the best they had last week, and I don't know if they can do that 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going to go with the Lions in this game, 48-30. And I hope that they make the playoffs so they can beat the Cowboys again.
Wow. Now, you know,
Then you woke up.
that's interesting that everybody is on the Lions bandwagon because of
Bandwagon. I've been calling the Lions all year
you
long.
have, you have, you have, you have to. I have to say that Leo has actually did something that's totally different after that crushing defeat against the Lions. He changed his concept. Remember, he was wearing the tie of the team that he was going to beat. The Lions, you did that to him. Nate,
Well, I'm on vacation.
let's hear your
I
closing
gotta,
thoughts.
I gotta go out with the
Let's
colors.
hear
I'm in
your
a
closing
bright
thoughts,
area. The
Nate.
trees
Well,
is
quick
nice,
on
the
this
palm
game.
trees. I gotta look good. Like I gotta
Turn
fit in
him
with the
on.
people
How
I
you
met.
turn him on?
Bright colors.
How you
Turn
turn
on,
him
yeah,
on?
just-
Mute.
Yeah. So first, this game. I mean,
I'm gonna buy his ticket now.
I think.
I'm gonna buy his ticket now.
Yeah, I think both teams. I mean, I would say Timoteo being able to be a part of it for so long. I mean, these teams are both at the bottom, but they're better than any bottom team I've seen in the
Yes.
past. I mean, the days
No
of the
doubt.
Saints and all those teams that
Horrible.
couldn't even hope
Yes.
for a win is long gone. So it's cool to see the league continue getting better, even on the
Yes.
bottom level. So keep working hard, keep going. You guys are gonna get there, and it's just a privilege to be out here reffing again. And I miss all you guys. The only thing, Timoteo TV is great. It's great. I like it, but you know, I mean, there just seems to be something missing a little bit. Maybe something from the past. I can't quite put my finger on it, but Chris, Leo, Buddy, Brown Sugar, I don't know, whatever he calls over there. They doing a good job. They doing a good job. But it's good to be here.
Again, Nate stands point. He can't remember my name. And that's going to do it.
No,
I
I think for our poll question, we should ask who you rather have ref your game, Nate, Brian, or George.
Nate, Brian is the worst referee in the league by far.
Wow.
The only good call he's ever made is flagging Eric.
I don't think a coach got flagged all year.
Yeah, about time somebody flagged Eric.
Hey, and the flag was because I yelled at him.
Well, keep your composure.
You know what? You come into the Panthers den. You got that zebra stripe on. You're going to get eaten. You're going to get eaten.
I'm wearing earplugs for that game.
That's going
Earplugs for the Packers.
It's gonna be on this week, baby. Bring it. Bring it.
That's going to do it for this week on Timoteo TV.
Great
Guys,
week.
remember your
Great
verse.
week.
1 Samuel 8:20. We want to be like everyone else. See you at STEM.
Live from
The pack is back. The pack is back.
Yeah.